Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel, and welcome what I hope is the first of my monthly favorites video. If this is your first time watching me, hi, I'm Jamila. I love all things beauty, I love all things makeup, I love all things skincare, and I especially love sharing my tips and tricks for how to find high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. Yes, we do. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, I would absolutely love if you would consider subscribing and joining the family. Alright, so like I said, I'm really hoping that this is the first of a series. I was hesitant to do a monthly favorites because I feel like I don't try enough new makeup for me to have like a consistent monthly favorites series. But to kind of combat that, I also think that this is a great way for me to rotate my products and, you know, rediscover favorites that I already have in my collection. So some of these, I mean, going forward, a lot of these aren't going to be the newest, shiniest products on the market. But it might help you rediscover, you know, products that you already have in your collection that you might have forgotten about, and it might be time to pull back out. So without further ado, let's just dive into today's video. So the first product that I want to mention is an obscenely expensive foundation, and that is the La Mer foundation. I wear this in the shade Sepia, which is $4.50. And this foundation, I believe, retails for either $125 or $135. I know, I feel crazy even saying that. However, as you guys know, I like to let y'all know how to save money on these products. You can actually pick up this foundation at the cosmetics company store for 50% off, which would put this around, what is that, like $60, $65? So around the price of like a Pat McGrath foundation, which makes it a much more palatable price for me and something that I could swallow easier. Anyway, this is one of my absolute favorite foundations. I actually think that this might be my favorite foundation of all time. I didn't know if to believe the hype on this foundation. I think that I got really interested in this when, who was I watching? I can't remember, but there were, and if I remember, I'll put it down in the description box. But I remember watching one specific creator and they raved about this foundation. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go try it out, especially because I can get it at this discounted price. And I was blown away by the formula. And the reason why this is in my January favorites is because I actually took this foundation with me to Punta Cana. I was there for my cousin's wedding, and I really got to test out this foundation in a different climate. I'd been wearing this in the winter time here, so it's cold, I'm not getting really oily, and it works really well. It works amazing in this sort of cold climate. But I wanted to see if it would work just as well in a very hot country. Now, there was no humidity when we were there, so I didn't have that issue, but it was hot. And this held up so well. I wore this foundation to her wedding. It just stays in place, and honestly, this gives me the most natural finish without looking cakey. It doesn't get cakey, it doesn't feel heavy on the face. It's that nice medium coverage, which I like, which makes it look natural. It doesn't look like you have a full spackle on your face, and you don't really feel like you're wearing makeup, which is what I appreciate about this. So this is definitely gonna be one of those foundations that I repurchase. I am so glad that I can get this at a discounted price at the CCO, because I would never purchase this at full price, but it's so good. I actually hate how much I love this foundation, because even at the CCO price, I still think it's kind of expensive. Anyway, the next product that I want to talk to you guys about is the Clinique Superfine liner for brows. This is the Clinique brow pencil. Now, this is another product that I picked up at the cosmetics company store. Oh, this is the new one. So this is a new one. I actually have one that is opened. And I believe this retails for $18 to $23, and it was on their $5 table. So I was able to get it for $5. I didn't know anything about it. I just picked it up because it was $5, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. This is in the shade Black Brown, and I absolutely love it. It's actually what I have in my brows right now. It's what I've been using for like the past month and a half. Phenomenal. This is the softest, creamiest pencil I've ever used. Now, that could definitely be a good thing and a bad thing, because it is very pigmented. One of the things that I've noticed with this brow pencil is that I need to go in with either a clear brow gel or a brow gel that is very lightly pigmented on top of it, because it's already so pigmented. And because it is so pigmented, it doesn't really leave a lot of room for error. So if you're just starting out with your brows and you want something that you can build upon, I don't think that this is going to be the brow pencil for you because it comes out very pigmented off the jump, and it can be very, very easy to make mistakes with how pigmented this is. You can also, and also because it is so creamy, I feel like it does move around a little bit, so you have to go in with a clear brow gel on top of it. I definitely would not recommend going in with a pigmented brow gel because, like I said, it is super pigmented itself, and if you add more pigment on top of it, you get those very harsh block-like brows, which I did once and it was not cute. Not cute at all, but it is a phenomenal, phenomenal product. Now, the next product I have is one that I actually rediscovered. I knew that I really enjoyed this, but I hadn't used it for a while, so it was really nice to pull this back out in my collection, and that is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. I picked this up on the recommendation of Jackie Aina like a year ago, and this was one of the products that she said was severely underrated and people didn't talk about it. And she ain't lie. This product is so underrated and it's so good. It does such a good job at setting the under eye area, really kind of blurring that area and sinking into the skin so well without looking crusty and dry. And I think that this has a very unique pigmentation to it in that it's not super yellow and it's not super neutral. I feel like it's the perfect shade for just like the slightest hint of brightness. I don't like my under eyes to be super bright, so I don't like going in with super bright concealer or a super bright setting powder. And I think that this is the perfect neutral shade for me, and I absolutely love this. And I also think that this is one of those powders that you can use both in the winter time as well as in the summertime, because it doesn't get you too matte and it doesn't leave you not matte enough, if that makes sense. So if you are, of a medium deep skin tone and you're looking for a translucent loose setting powder that would work on our complexion, because you don't get flashback or anything with this, the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, this is in the shade Cool Beige, perfection. The next thing that I want to talk about is a product that brings me so much joy. Well, it's actually a set, and that is the Units brush set. First of all, look at the orange handles. I love orange as a color so much. It's just so bright. It's so happy. And I remember I wanted these brushes, honestly, for the handles. But I in addition to wanting these brushes for the handles, I remember speaking to Rupi and Steven, and they both mentioned that the quality on this is phenomenal. And given their sort of recommendation that it's not just pretty, it actually works well, I decided to pick this up, and I was able to get this at a really good sale during Black Friday. I think I paid like $86 for the brush set, which also came with a black liner and a makeup bag, which is phenomenal. I think it was like 10 brushes, a makeup bag, quality makeup bag at that, and a black eyeliner. And I think it originally is like 113, 126, around there. Anyway, quality, amazing, phenomenal. These brushes are super soft, and they're dirty because I use these on my trip and I haven't cleaned them yet, but they're really soft. And if you are picking up a denser product, they probably won't work that well, but overall I think that they're super soft. They apply really nicely to the face. The brush that I really enjoyed, honestly, the most is the 301, which is what I've been using as my bronzer brush. Like, it just gets right up in there to give you a really nice, precise application, and it's still super soft, and it's the right mix of soft and fluffy, but dense. So, yeah, this is definitely one I would recommend picking up. I don't know how often they have sales on the Unit brushes, because this is the Beautylish brand, but if they have a sale, I would definitely say you should grab it on sale. The next thing that I want to talk about is a drugstore product, and that is the Milani Spiced Rose Powder Blush. And this is a blush that I actually picked up at TJ Maxx. I think I paid like $2.99 for it. I typically don't pick up drugstore products like that, but I saw the shade and I immediately fell in love with it. I thought that it was the perfect shade for someone of my complexion, so I wanted to give it a try. And I didn't know the quality was going to be that good, y'all. Like, it is super rich, super pigmented, and it just blends out like a dream and gives like a really nice, soft, perfect blushed look. I really like this blush. And for $2.99, amazing. I know that this is $9.99 on the Ulta website, but if you can find it at your TJ Maxx, solid blush. I don't need no more blush, but I couldn't resist that one. And lastly, to end off this video, I want to mention two eyeshadow palettes. Now, the first one is one that I had no intentions of picking up, definitely shouldn't have picked up, but I am in love and obsessed with it. And that is the Chanel Quad. What is this thing called? It's the Chanel, it's the Mediterranean Quad. This is a part of their limited edition spring collection, which also includes 2 blushes. I do have a video reviewing both blushes and this quad, so I will link that down below for you guys to check out. But this is perfection. Now, I know you're looking at this like, but this is so basic. What are you talking about? Like, and yes, it is 100,000% basic. But this is my perfect one and done quad. I feel like sometimes I talk about, oh, this would be a great one and done shadow. This truly is. And this is the type of shadow that I think is perfect for when you want that no makeup look. And you just take a little bit and you dab it onto your eyelids. And it's like, oh, you're glimmering, but you don't really know why you're glimmering. It's honestly perfect. Now, these are all shimmers, so you can actually create a full like shimmer look with it. But like I said, this could just be a one and done shadow. If you like pretty high impact shadows, you're not gonna like this. This is not gonna give you that. But if you like very, very soft, kind of elegant, really pretty, effortless shadows, you're gonna get it from this, which I like sometimes. Sometimes I like high impact, sometimes I like super simple and soft and basic, and this gives me that. I honestly wish that this was just a little bit bigger because I feel like I'm gonna go through this really quickly because this is one of those that I've reached for multiple times since purchasing it. And it's amazing. I think this is, yeah, this retails for $65. And honestly, I think it's worth the entire $65, which is a lot for me to say. It's hard for me to say that, but I honestly did not expect to fall in love with this as much as I did. This is limited edition, like I said, so I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, I will make sure to link that down below. And the last palette that I want to talk about is one that I have been using kind of non-stop since I got it, and that is the Nomad Cosmetics Whistler palette. From the minute they debuted this palette, I knew that I was going to pick it up. And that is rare for me. I don't buy products at launch most of the time, and I don't pay full price for products. But this, come on, y'all. Come on. This is the perfect winter palette. You get blues, you get mauves, you get greens, you get neutral shades. You get everything that you need to create such a variety of looks. I do have a first impressions video on my channel of this palette. I will of course link that down below. So if you want to check it out, I would definitely recommend you do that. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I know I don't say that often on my channel, but I do a lot of work looks every day just to go to work. And I've done 3 looks with this so far. I didn't film them, but there will be pictures on my Instagram. And what I love about this palette is that all of these shades work for deeper complexions. If you are a deeper skin tone, you know sometimes you get a palette and you're like, this whole row is ashy and it's just not going to work for me. All of these work for us, like every single one. And I love the variety that you get in here. You can create a neutral look, a green look, a blue look, a more mauvey reddish look. One thing I do want to flag though is that this blue shade, somehow on deeper complexions, or at least on my complexion, when you blend it out, it turns like a tealish color, and that truly caught me off guard. So that's just something, it does not appear on the eyes the same way in which it looks in the pan. One of the best shades from this palette is this shade here. It is a multi-chrome / duochrome, so you can see that blue, pink, purple flip right there, and it's stunning. It's really, really beautiful. It's a very powdery multi-chrome, if I say so, but what I like about Nomad is that their shimmers are very soft and elegant, which I feel like oftentimes a lot of indie shimmers can be very high impact, can be in your face, and sometimes I'm just not going for that. But I like that Nomad gives us the option to have these softer, beautiful shimmers, and you can really see the shift in that blue to pink to purple shade here. It's just stunning. Okay, and that's it. Those were all of the products that I have been absolutely loving in the month of January. And the last thing that I want to mention before I end this video is that I do want to, for every month that I do these videos, highlight a channel that I'm loving as well. So this month's highlight or channel of the month is going to be none other than Queer Bones. I've mentioned them before. They are a Latinx queer beauty creator on this platform, and they have quickly become one of my favorite creators. They do tend to stay more in the indie space, but they really do showcase some beautiful looks, and I just love hearing their thoughts on all of the makeup that's coming out. We do have very, very similar makeup preferences and makeup styles, so I align really well with their content. But I'm going to link their channel down below, leave a little photo up here for you guys, and you should definitely go check them out. Let them know that I sent you, and, you know, just show them some love because you should be following them. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me on this month's monthly favorites. As always, I love you guys. If you liked this video, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really, really does help the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you're enjoying the content and you want to come back for some more. Make sure you hit the notification bell because that will let you know every time I upload, which is a good thing to do because I don't have an upload schedule, so it could be today, it could be tomorrow. And the notification bell will let you know whenever I have a new video going up. So go ahead and hit that notification bell and share with a friend if you think that they will like the content. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending some time. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye.